Welcome back, CNN. At the end of the week, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, if you're bald, bland or downright ugly, then what we're going to talk about is probably not for you. There's a new online dating club. It's been launched to spice up the single person's love life. Now, nothing new about that, you may think, except there's one important condition. No plain Janes or boring blokes. This is for beautiful people only. We'll find out in a moment how they make their decisions on who makes the grade. But what's the definition of beautiful? Which celebrities get top marks?
Reese Witherspoon, I think, is pretty. She's not all made up, and she's natural. She doesn't, or at least I don't think she has had a lot of plastic surgery, and I just like her, how she's natural and stuff.
I don't think Nicole Kidman's very beautiful. I think she's a bit too skinny. She's looking very gaunt. Jennifer Lopez, yeah, she's beautiful. I don't know, she's very made up though.
I think beauty is how you carry yourself and how you present yourself. I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with what color your skin is or what color your hair is. I think it's how you are and how you present it.
That's what they think about that. We then showed people pictures of me. Do the great British public think I'm good enough to make the grade?
He's got a good jaw structure. It looks quite quite articulate and quite intelligent. I think that's, yeah. It just looks interesting, I suppose.
I don't know much more about him.
I like his smile.
Yes, a smile.
Happy and
his eyes seem like he's presenting something happy, like he's enjoying life.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to see a bit more of him before I can decide whether he's beautiful or not.
You're not seeing any more of me. More than enough. Does my next guest think that he's handsome enough to get on his own website? Greg Hodge is the managing director of beautifulpeople.net. Greg, it all sounds a bit elitist.
Well, it is slightly elitist because essentially that's what our members want it to be. It's elitist in the fact that it's reserved for beautiful people, beautiful professional people. It's a demand that we've realised.
Oh, come on. You're talking about beauty and that's in the eye of the beholder.
Yep, this is true, but if you're out and about or any social situation, obviously the first hurdle is you need to be attracted to the person. Now, with existing online mainstream sites, what you tend to find is you traipsing through numerous of unattractive profiles, getting correspondence from people that are far away from your ideal match. All we're simply doing is removing that first hurdle.
And who makes the decision?
It's completely democratic. If you upload a profile and a picture, the decision is made by existing members of the opposite sex. In a completely democratic vote where obviously majority rules. If the existing members find your profile attractive enough, you send a letter welcoming you in, and if not, we regretfully inform you that your profile has not been deemed attractive enough.
You're regretfully informed that you're an ugly old minger and you ain't going to make it?
Well, we're a little bit more diplomatic than that.
Come on, let's call a spade a shovel. At the end of the day, you're saying that you're an ugly old something or other.
A sense of mail sending, regretfully, your profile is not deemed attractive enough. Please try again.
There's no polite way to say to anybody you're not attractive enough.
Please try again with a more attractive profile text and a nicer picture. They're always given the chance to try again.
What percentage gets rejected, or what do you believe is going to get?
At this stage, it's about 1 in 13 are making it through.
1 in?
13.
1 in 13?
1 in 13 are making it through. It was actually founded in Denmark, and Denmark's been going for about two and a half years, and if you take a report from there, it's working out at about, I think, 1 in 11.
So this is a website for models, for actors, for the beautiful people?
It's a website for everyone. I mean, we have...
Well, clearly it's not.
We have anyone can apply. And the people that tend to be in there are obviously you've got the normal lawyers, doctors, pilots, you've got the kind of standard classical jobs. You also have that very upwardly mobile jobs, media, advertising, television, that kind of thing. I mean, what we've found...
The Hooray Henrys.
Yes, correct. What we've found is big production companies and obviously model scouts and things like that use beautiful people to find... there's a big networking facility on there.
Not very savoury, is it, that you're basically saying if you ain't got the right looks, you ain't getting through the front door?
It might not be PC, but what it is, I think, is it's a demand that's being realised. There's a market for it, and that's simply what we're catering to. People want to be with attractive people. It's a fact of life. We're not afraid to say so.
And if you're not attractive, here's a paper bag. Please put it over your head and leave the room.
Well, what you tend to find is the different way that men and women vote. Men vote on a woman based solely on her looks, whereas the women tend to look at the bigger overall picture.
Right.
So they'll rate someone depending on what they might do and how much money they might earn, things like that.
All right, we're giving you a hard time. I suspect,
No problem whatsoever.
I suspect we're not the first ones
We're
to do
used
that.
to it. We're
I
used to
think
it.
you are. All right, many thanks indeed for joining us. Well, beauty may give you a head start in matters of the heart, but they say that the true way to somebody's love is through their pocket. And Stephanie Sprague, in this case, is going to help us far more with some, not necessarily investment advice, Stephanie, but at least information we might be able to use during the course of our trading day.
Well, this is interesting, Richard. I mean, has been some science put to this question here. At the Federal Reserve Bank in St. Louis, researchers there did a study in their latest quarterly report looking at the link between appearance and wages, and they did conclude some interesting things. The people who were considered beautiful were making 5% more in earnings versus the average lookers, and if you were below average in look, you were making 9% below what the average looking people were making. So they really concluded that it does help to be tall, slender, and attractive. Whether or not attractive people have more self-confidence and that's why they make more money, or if their employers are more biased, that's another question. But thought you might find that interesting. On the theme of beauty, Richard,